Let fate call the plays.
Trust me on this one.
Guys, we kind of need the field now.
Congratulations on this fantastic film. What is it like to be a part of Holiday Touchdown, A Chief's Love Story?
What's it like to be part of this movie, Ed? What do you think?
It's joyous for me to be there with John Putch again. He's an old friend. The director, John, is a dear friend of mine. I've worked with him before. That was great. And to be with Diedrich and Megyn, I love these two very much. We've been close for quite a while. It's just a dream come true. It's so nice to talk to somebody from the European Laboratory for Particle Physics in Geneva, working on the super collider there. I think that's wonderful. That's what it's about, right?
That's it. That's it.
Something like that.
Tell us about Holiday Touchdown, Chief's Love Story. How would you describe it?
You're good at this. It's a family. It's a story of family told through the lens of fans. It's really about the fans. The Kansas City Chiefs are our team. Diedrich's and my character met when our families had season tickets next to each other. So we're sort of the example of the Hallmark love story. And then our daughter is the star of this movie, which is her Hallmark Christmas love story. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of magic. There's Ed's magical Santa hat from generations ago. There's an actual magical Santa that's in it, played by Abraham Ruby, who is fantastic.
Yeah, and it's nice because Hallmark has made it a multi-generational story. So, it's fans of all ages. And as Megyn was saying earlier, that fans are family when you're all together. And everybody's rooting together, and it makes for a family.
Even in an enormous stadium like Arrowhead, it's like everybody's on the same.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, as she was saying, like one of the things about season tickets is you see the same people all the time, and you probably see them more than some members of your family. So ultimately it becomes
absolutely,
you're sharing it. You have a common love. So that's a great way to start.
This really is a beautiful and heartwarming film about family and traditions, love and fate. You all have such chemistry. How much fun was it working together and creating your own movie family?
Great fun. We were together between shots. Normally people go back to their rooms and check their email, but we would hang around and talk and visit, and it was just joyous every day.
And we didn't really have to manufacture anything because we've all known each other forever.
For so long.
My first job in television was on Diedrich's show, was on the Drew Carey show. And his character asked me out.
That's right. You know what she said?
No.
Said no.
What she said?
I actually said if I want to be, I know, because it was my first job. I said if I want to be with someone who tips.
I forgot that.
It was so funny.
It's hilarious.
And my daughter's her daughter's babysitter. So there's all kinds of connections.
Yeah, that's all, yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah, so we
hit
the ground running, and it was really nice to be on the set. Like, we genuinely enjoyed working with each other, but also just hanging out. And it was really lovely. Real pros, so every take you use, and that doesn't happen very often, believe me. And but it was genuinely like fun to do. I really had a good time.
And when you played, he plays the guitar really badly, and there was no acting involved. Like, we were all cracking up, and like dying because we genuinely like each other.
Yeah.
So it wasn't hard.
Yeah.
No, it was very difficult, and we earned it.
Oh, yes.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about football for a second. The Higman family are diehard Chiefs fans. What's your go-to team?
Ed, what's your football team? Do you have a football team?
No, I don't really. I'm not aligned with a football team until now. I like the Chiefs now that I've had this kind of contact. I've had no big contact. I haven't been to games for the Rams or anything like that. So this is, I've adopted this team from Kansas City.
And I'm on your team. Like, for the rest of my life, I'm a Chiefs fan. It was too special. It was too incredible. And getting to meet the players.
Yeah, they were wonderful.
Yeah.
Like, the NFL feels so untouchable and like over there, and meeting these guys, they're so cool.
Oh, so
they're
sweet.
So normal. And they're babies. They're like,
and they're like children.
And they're funny.
And they're funny.
Yeah, they were
really
funny. They were really nice. Their attitude was great. Like, they were genuinely excited to be on a set, and it was really fun. Sort of, it almost got me excited to work. Just, I was close. But
the cat got me very excited to work.
That was good. Yeah.
The cat with
no, they're like, it was a palpable sense of excitement that they were on a set.
Oh, yeah.
Really having a good time. They just totally looked forward to it. And it was really genuinely fun. I'm from Washington, D.C., so no, I'm not a Chiefs fan.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We had a little cameo in this film with Donna Kelsey. What was it like having her around?
She was totally excited to be there and also looked like she'd been on a movie set her entire life.
So at ease.
She was so comfortable.
It was a little disarming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she brought her best friend.
Yeah,
Myrna.
which was very sweet. And they hung
hilarious.
out all day and they were just really fun and chatty. And I didn't realize that she and I had worked together before many years in Cleveland, Ohio. We did Cleveland Rocks on the Drew Carey Show. She and her two little boys were in the were extras or atmosphere, however you want to say, in that shoot. And I was like, God, I hope I'm not. I was nice to you. And she goes, oh, no, you were so nice.
With the dance number that you guys did?
The dance number, yeah.
It was like crazy shot.
It was a huge production. We all went on the radio and we're like, please come down because we need, we need atmosphere. We thought maybe a couple hundred people would show up and like 12,000 people showed up. And it was great. It was great. It was great. But just like the support that we got from Cleveland is just like the support we got from Kansas City. Kansas City opened like a flower to us. Everybody came.
Yes.
Like the atmosphere that we had there, we're so happy. And, we didn't have the easiest time because we had to pretend that it was winter when it was really hot. They were out there in the sun all day long. We at least had people like bringing us ice. And, we tried to keep everybody that was out there hydrated as much as possible. But they're still in the sun in winter gear. And take after take, they were totally excited to be part of it. It was fun.
And if you can imagine, a woman in Independence, Missouri, literally opened up her home to us and allowed us to like wait for shots in her home, like amazing. Moved her couch out of the way. And we'd be like, are you sure it's okay? She's like, what do you need? You want some water? She had snacks. Yeah. She was like, what? Who does that?
Part of gold.
I love that.
Yeah. I felt a little bad that I crapped in her living room, but.
Okay.
Holiday Touchdown celebrates the romance of Derek and Alana, but in real life, the Chiefs' romance story is all about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. Are we Swifties here?
I love Taylor Swift. I'm a big fan. Evermore is one of my favorite albums of all time. She's brilliant.
I can't really talk about it without crying. So I'll just say every morning on my Peloton, I make sure that I choose whatever class has all Taylor Swift music. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know who that is.
My daughter.
I love that. I love that.
So
You did?
What?
Yes. I played her father in Amsterdam.
Bury the lead, Ed Begley.
Yeah.
What the hell were you going to tell us that?
I thought I told you.
Yo!
Text her right
Easily tell. I think I will right now.
I've known the guy for
my God,
years.
please
This is the
do.
first time
We
they
played Words with Friends. She's very good at Words with Friends.
hell is happening right now?
about
You
this
know
right
that?
now.
Are you kidding me?
I'm afraid I tell stories too many times. This one I forgot to tell at all.
Yeah, you
You
forgot
dropped
to
the
tell.
best story.
I'm not sure I'm friends with you anymore.
Oops.
That's it. You're
Oh, wow. All right. So we see the family have a major superstition revolving around the infamous Kansas City Chiefs hat. Do any of you have any major superstitions in life?
I'm wearing my lucky underwear right now.
I'm wearing no underwear. That's my superstition.
I'm wearing Ed's underwear right now.
What about family traditions for the holidays? Do you have any that you want to share?
We sacrifice a goat.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I sacrificed some
Raise it
tofu. A tofurkey. I sacrificed a
You
tofurkey.
sacrifice it?
I just make pie. I'm the weird one.
Yeah, you're so odd. One of these things is not like the other.
Speaking of pie, if you were going to bring a dessert to Christmas Eve, what are you bringing?
Right.
Okay, here's what I'm bringing.
Yeah, what are you bringing?
I'm bringing the greatest pumpkin pie that I make, which is made from sugar pumpkins. You buy actual pumpkins and you roast them.
Do you do it? Wow,
It is
you
a
do it from
recipe.
scratch.
Yeah, it's a recipe that
God.
Betty White did with Martha Stewart.
Oh,
But if I make it for Christmas, everybody is so full that they don't really appreciate the pumpkin pie. So I would bring it to Christmas Eve, because then it
That's a
would
full
be
meal.
it would be actually
Yeah,
appreciated.
you're done, right,
You know,
yeah.
yeah.
I love pumpkin pie. I want to try your pumpkin pie.
Okay, I'll make you one. For you, I would make you one.
Fantastic.
oh.
Yeah.
I think that's
Do you have any favorite holiday memories?
I mean, I have a
presents?
lot.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Let's
So my favorite one was when I was 8 years old and I wanted a Barbie dream house. And it was like this A-frame, amazing Barbie dream house. And we didn't have a lot of money. And I knew for sure I was not getting the Barbie dream house. So my parents were like, honey, that's not really a realistic thing. And so we woke up Christmas morning and we were in our, onesie pajamas and waiting for my dad to go light the Christmas tree. And we came in, got a little emotional. And there was a Barbie dream house. But you don't understand, it was like such a big deal. And my brother and sister were so happy for me, like that they didn't even look at their own presents. So sorry.
God, that's
beautiful.
Sorry.
That's a lovely story.
And I didn't know you had feelings
Yeah, I know. Until this moment.
that you haven't seen before.
I was going to tell a sweet story where my sister tried to kill me, but I'm reconsidering that whole story.
Sorry.
That's very sweet. Thank you for saying
I was very
That's so
handy when
beautiful.
I was a kid. My dad got me an erector set, and not just any erector set, the kind of top of the line one. Page one, you could build a little car that you push like this, but the back of the catalog, not the catalog, the instruction book thing that came with it, you could make an elevator.
Oh,
out
wow.
of a
wow.
erector set, and I did that right away. I went right to the back and made that. My dad was very impressed with me. The best
Of
gift I
course.
ever got.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Wow. That's
I
like
like
the
your story
perfect
better
gift
than
for you.
mine.
But that's the perfect gift for you.
It was
He knew
perfect.
you so well.
He nurtured that in me. It was
Yeah.
wonderful.
Oh,
That's
so lovely.
beautiful.
What is it like being a part of the Hallmark holiday family?
All encompassing.
Yeah.
Like they're so loving. It's so different than, I don't know, than the business. Like it doesn't
I
feel
totally
so
agree.
much business.
It's interesting. I didn't know that Hallmark was a privately owned company until the owner passed away recently, and I was reading his obit in the New York Times.
Don Lake.
Yeah, and it feels like that because it feels like it's run by a family.
Yeah.
Like then that they welcome you into their house. And their home. And I've never felt so welcomed by a production or a production company in my entire career. I had some tragedies that hit me during the time of the shooting, and I'd never had anybody deal with that so openly and generously, openly in that they realized that rather than just thinking about production and how do we keep things online, they were like, I'm so sorry for your loss. And they genuinely meant it.
Mhm.
And when your heart is open like that, it's open from love, but it's also open from pain. You're aware of people's disingenuousness, and it feels poisonous at that exact second. But they genuinely meant it. And I will literally never forget that. If I ever get a call again from Hallmark, I'm 100% going to do it. And I can't say that about every production company. I genuinely
love that.
was touched by the way that they handled that. And the cast as well. But just as far as working with somebody and for somebody, I've never been so welcome. I've never felt so appreciated, and I will never forget it.
I think there's a clarity to Hallmark too that's very different from other networks. Like they have a singleness of purpose, and it makes it easy for all of their execs and all the people that work for them to know what direction we're going in.
I think that's very well
Because it's
said.
always the same. Like we know, we're all clear. We're not trying to satisfy whatever corporation is above this or that, or this boss or that boss. It's like there's one through line.
And that's true, because most studios are owned by larger conglomerates, and so they don't really have a personality,
Right.
per se. So, but this one really does. I mean, they're defined from the top, and the top is a warm, welcoming, lovely family.
It's a
And-
family.
Yeah,
Like it's literally a family.
Yeah.
So they were great to us. So it was a really positive experience for, I think, all of us.
My final question: why do we need Holiday Touchdown now?
Oof.
We
You know-
need unity, I think, more than ever now.
Yes, we need unity more than anything. Yes, but we also need comfort food, and this is comfort food that's delicious.
We all need each
Yeah.
other. I think that's a good way to recognize that.
Yeah.
And I think in this
I love
world,
that.
there's so much streaming and there's so many different options out there. Kids are watching one thing, parents are watching one thing, the mom's watching, this is something everybody can come together and watch together. And we have the same experience. And I think that's rare now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. I love the film and happy holidays.
You
Oh,
too,
thank you
Michael.
very much. Thank you for wearing red.
Michael.